This week we're hosting the GUI NGL political grouping of MEPs in Carrickmacross and within the Irish border region to host our autumn conference, or study days as they're known. It's a very, I suppose, important occasion for us as a Sinn Féin team to be able to welcome MEPs from across the European Union, many of whom we have very close working relationships with, because in most cases you're talking about left-wing political parties that are at the forefront of the battle against austerity and injustice in their home country. This is a very proud moment for myself to be able to welcome delegates here to my own hometown of Carrickmacross and to show them the very best that the Irish border region has to offer. More importantly than any of that, I suppose, is the political debate and discussion that will be taking place. The key theme that is running through these number of days debates is another Europe is possible, and we will be discussing and debating how we as individual component parties and as a group, a collective of MEPs, can work together to make our own countries better places to live and ensure that the European Union that we all live in is one that serves the interests of citizens and not corporate interests.
I have been speaking today about the reunification of Ireland and what that may or may not entail, and obviously putting forward Sinn Féin politics and talking about an inclusive new Ireland, our new vision of Ireland, and what that would entail in terms of bringing along all the cultures and all the people within the 32 counties, and getting across the message that it will be by consensus, and that we are not talking about joining up the 26 counties in the morning, but we are actually talking about a new vision, an inclusive Ireland which is equal and would actually ensure that the citizens of the country, of the new Ireland, would be equal and well cherished. And obviously the proclamation is still as relevant today as it was in 1916, and I think that needs to be recognised. The other thing that I would say is there's a broad consensus within this group of anti-austerity, and obviously as a party that have stood very firmly against austerity measures both in the 6 counties and the 26 counties, again there are lessons to be learned in talking to groups across Europe that are very strongly anti-austerity and are very much in solidarity with what we are doing here in Ireland.
Well, for us in Sinn Féin, it was brilliant to have so many of our comrades from the group that we're a member of in GUI NGL from across Europe, MEPs and political activists, over 100, coming to this part of the world to at least get in the first instance an understanding about our struggle, where we've come from, where we are, where we're going, and for us to collectively then with the other MEPs start to plan and strategise and work out how we're moving forward. We give the MEPs who came from across Europe an opportunity to hear from stakeholders, trade unionists, people who are working in inclusion, people who are working for the unemployed, a whole raft of social and people who have worked for a range of groups and organisations, and they were able to present not just their case but task us with doing some work. No, there are things across Europe that we're all common ground issues that we're working on. Austerity being a grab of wealth really for the rich and those who have benefited from that. Capitalism going on strike, TTIP, unemployment and underemployment, all those issues that really as MEPs and GUI NGL unite us, and how we're trying to challenge and tackle and change all of those. One of the things that we're working on is the need to have more governments, more left-wing governments, left-wing alliances, building upon that, and so that you have a situation where Syriza is going into the European Council and it's not sitting there itself alone, that it's sitting with Sinn Féin in the Council, it's sitting with Podemos or the United Left in Spain, it's sitting with the parties, you know, the Die Linke in Germany and others that are there. Now we know that for some of the MEPs and some of the organisations and parties, they've a long way to travel, but we also know that there's massive opportunities here, not just in Ireland, in Spain, in Portugal, and what we have to do is unite a group of the left, make sure that, for instance, when Syriza is in negotiating, and they will be going through tough negotiations in the future as well, that we don't have a situation that they're in there on their own, facing male, pale, grey men mainly, from the right, and they are in there just protecting multinational interests, oligarchs and elites, global corporations. An absolute scandal what these people are doing to all of us as people, and to all of the people that we represent. They certainly shouldn't be in influencing policy in the way that they are, and that's who these people represent. And that's why we not just have to be radical, but we have to be revolutionary and relevant to people. And I believe when we speak from the heart and we talk and engage with people, that there's opportunities for us to do that, because the one thing that I am absolutely certain of, truth is on our side.
How far do you think we've come in building a true left alternative to the austerity policies that dominate European politics today?
This is one of the most important questions, and it's not so easy to answer, because you cannot only answer yes, this is a concrete alternative and it's possible to change Europe, to change the world in a better world, only focusing on one point. You need a complex answer, and you need a lot of alternatives and you have to bring it together and to combine it. You need answers for fighting unemployment. You need answers for fighting austerity policy. How we want to create a social European Union. Under the conditions that the treaties are not allowing to do it, to fight against poverty, social exclusion or so, under the condition of austerity policy and the neoliberal policy, how to do it, what are our answers. But in one point, we are sure that we have a common position. We will not allow to the neoliberal forces to say there is no alternative. There are a lot of alternatives. What we have to do, and this is our special understanding also as a group, is to be an address for all the people, movements, parties, forces who wants to change the European Union and the Eurozone, and who are looking for a common understanding, looking and searching for alternatives, and to bring them together and to organize to a space for discussing about it, and yes, for enable us as leftists to bring these alternatives on the way. We are looking to Greece, we are looking to Spain with Podemos and our left forces, we are looking to Portugal, and of course also to Ireland. And it's very important that we can see what our left partners are doing now and what we can do to support them.
This has been an incredibly successful event over the last 3 days. Great to see a conference like this being brought to rural County Monaghan, but it's a tribute to the standing within which our four MEPs are held internationally and within the European Parliament, that the GUI NGL group decided that they should bring the Study Days conference to Ireland. It's been an incredibly successful event in itself. Many issues have been discussed. There's been huge participation from a great number of staff members and MEPs themselves. The real focus of this for me has been on the challenge of austerity and the political solidarity around the importance of building pan-European anti-austerity alliances. And Sinn Féin can only but benefit from listening to the experience of others who have been at the cutting edge of fighting austerity in other European countries. And I think that they have been inspired by the resilience and the determination of our party to fight back against austerity here in Ireland, north and south. They've also significantly taken a great interest in the party's electoral fortunes, the prospects for continued electoral buoyancy in the 26 counties. And they're leaving this conference with a very deep concern about the scale of the political crisis in the 6 counties at this point in time. every political delegation who have attended this conference have been briefed. They now understand the gravity of the situation. They know we've never been in such a serious situation before, and they have committed and resolved that they will do everything in their power within the European Parliament to bring an urgent focus to the political crisis, as well as using their positive influence within their own respective national parliaments to bring about political pressure and express political concern for the very dangerous situation that we face. I've really been inspired by having had the opportunity to attend and speak here over the last 2 days. It's been a powerful experience. I think everybody who has come along has been positively influenced by the range of discussion and the discussion and discourse that we've had. I'm certainly leaving buoyed up, and I'm sure everyone else as well. And I hope that our European visitors are leaving having had a really enjoyable time here in Ireland and a great political experience.